this is your 5th year here, right? I'm trying to
Exactly. Yep.
How would you kind of sum up your career here so far?
Yep. My career here, in the beginning, I say 2019 was my first time on the field here. So my first experience on the field, it was like I was a freshman all over again, basically coming from Nebraska to here. And I just had to learn a new scheme, new offense, get comfortable with my coaches and my teammates. So I just had to readjust. And at times it felt like a lot to handle, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to figure out my niches in that situation and, go about it and improve in those situations. So since then, I'll say I've improved physically and mentally. Off the field, I'm making better decisions. On the field, I'm reading coverages and stuff, taking the next step in my game, not just thinking about what I have, but knowing who's lined up against me, what his responsibility is. When I get past him, what's the next level's responsibility, and just being a student of the game.
How do you like the group you're with this year? I mean, your 5th year, you've had some different, wide receiver rooms. What's this one like?
Oh yeah, this room is the most put together, and I say this room has the strongest brotherhood because we're all in the same situation. We have young guys, freshmen, Silas Bowden, Ray Haas been here for a long time, Josiah's been here for a long time. But like I said, those young guys, Jimmy, Jeremiah, Trent, those guys are treated as if they're one of us. Those older guys, you don't have to wait for the older guys to be a leader. You take that initiative step and be that, you know what I'm saying? So when you do that, everybody's gonna follow that young guy who has took that initiative and, learn from them. But in our room, the whiteout room, we're just more put together. Like I said, we're more committed and the brotherhood is strong. We're all in that situation where we didn't get that many touches in the previous year. So we all have this hunger in us to, provide and be able to showcase what us whiteouts can do here.
Showcase your way all the way to a Pac-12 championship this year?
Yeah, of course. That's the next goal. Every year since I've been here, we've been getting better and improving. So I know that this team is buying in way more. This is about year 5 for Coach Smith, 5 or so. So I'm just this year. All I can say is just be ready for another big improvement with this team, and it all starts here at fall camp. So
you've had some spectacular games over your career, and then there's been other times where we just don't see much of you. Do you feel like this year consistency is what has got to be driving you throughout the year?
Yeah, totally, of course, and I'm glad you brought that up. I just struggled a lot with injuries, just putting my body on the line, but at the same time, I have to be more smart with it. If I'm gonna help provide for my team, I have to give 110% at always, and those times where you're giving 80% is those times usually when you get hurt, not going full speed. So, I catch myself sometimes doing that in the previous years, which made me sit out in games and not being able to play those games, those important games. And, this year, like you said, I'm working on consistency. I'm just working on trying to stay on the field, not being just a slot receiver, but a wide out as a whole, playing outside, slot, and everything. So, my thing this year is just to stay on the field as much as I can possible and to showcase what I've done in the past, but on another level. I just want to showcase that, I'm tapping into another self of me and a greater being because I've been working real hard. So.
To make that happen, did you do anything differently this off season to get yourself in a position where you could get through the season and get through every game and do what you want to do? Or
yeah, I just live by the mindset of there's always somebody working harder than me, and I just have to be the one the early bird gets the worm first. So I have to be that person. I have to go get it now. I can't wait anymore. I had a sense of doing that. I'm a freshman. I'm a sophomore. I'm still a junior. I have 2 more years. COVID just happened. Now it's time. I have no more time. This is my last year. And that mindset I had previous years, I regret having that. I got next year. You could do it right now. You understand? So I just had to switch the way I move on and off the field as well, make better decisions. Do I want to hang out? No, I want to go to sleep, get in my playbook, get treatment, not just go home, do those little things that'll help me get to the next level.
Are you passing those advice on to the young guys?
Yeah, of course. Those are my brothers, like I said, not just in the wideout room, but also around. I get along with the DBs, the linebackers, and just the whole defensive side as a whole. So when you have teammates like that, to being able to lead on one side of the ball and the other side of the ball is following you, you could see a huge change in the team. We didn't have that in 2018, 19, and that's what made us lose so many games. Not everybody was buying in. You had some role players and some leaders, but nobody really had that important role of just being the main leader, getting guys going, and that's what we're trying to do with the whole team this year. Get the whole team ready and have a locker room led championship team, and being able to just lead by example, no matter how old you are, know what grade you are. So
what about the quarterback room and the quarterback? So what are your thoughts about the guys throwing to you?
My thoughts have always been the same. We got Chance, we got Ben, we got Tristan, we got some new guys here, and in that room is very competitive. You see each and every one of those guys working hard, each and every one of those guys seeing each other as brothers, but also on the field competing together, going against each other, getting each other better. I'm seeing quarterbacks making good plays. The other 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks are coming up, giving them high fives and giving them credit. So that's what you need in the room. You're all your brothers in that room, your brothers here and all that, but when you're on the field, you have to compete. You have to compete, and that's the only way the person behind you or next to you is going to get better. You just have to give it your all, and that's going to encourage the next person to do the same.
You just talked about, getting better at reading defenses. What's the value of going against this particular DB group, very experienced one? And I know there was a lot of back and forth in 7-on-7s today. So what's the value against going against that group?
The value about going against that group is not just relying on what the first look is. Just know that our defense is an awkward type of scheme, and that they make a lot of changes around there when the ball is snapped. It'll look like 2 high, cover 2, cover 4, and they'll rotate to a 1 high, which is 3 man or whatever they want to do, cover 0. So you just always, like I said, you just can't rely on what you're seeing first, because everything's going to change. Adversity is going to come on the field. It's just how you respond and not react is how we're going to do it. And with those guys, like I said, it's getting me better because they're showing certain looks, and it's awkward to me, and I'm thinking this is what I need to run. And then when the ball snaps, now I have to think even faster, because the original play is not the original play. The route I'm running is not the original route I'm running. You have to do a little to it, put some sauce on it or whatever you want to call it. And that's just the good thing about going against our defense. Like I said, it's just awkward, and it's a lot of movement around. So you just have to navigate yourself and get in that window and get open. That's wide out here.
Based on today's 7-on-7s, what do you think needs to improve for the receiver group and the quarterbacks and those type of drills?
Just remembering who we are. We have a lot of dudes who have did a lot of things in games here, and also those young guys who coming out of high school. I've seen the talent here, and it's just up to us. We just have to remember and get in that comfort zone, but also be yourself in that sense. Just don't overthink what you need to do. Just play football. You've been playing football since you were 5, 6, 7. You understand? So you have so many years on you. Just remember what you do. Remember what you did to get here, and just apply that to what you know now in a higher, educational sense. You're in college now, and these guys just have to be students of the game, and that's what we need in the wideout room, is learning how to finish, learning how to remember who you are, and just play football, man. That's honestly what we teach in the room. Just be yourself. Mm-hmm.
This is a team that runs the ball a lot.
Yeah,
so
of course.
After work, everybody's got to block their responsibility. Mm-hmm. How is your maybe approach or your ability at blocking, has that changed over the years?
Yeah, totally. I would like to, at Nebraska, when I was there my freshman year, I did a whole lot of blocking, and I didn't really understand it, because coming out of high school, I was one of the #1 targets, and now I have to switch to being a small receiver, coming down on the line next to the tight end and securing a linebacker or a safety, So my mindset just had to change, and I used to write it down in my notes: no block, no rock. So when you live by that, if you don't block, you're not getting the rock. So I just took the next step in how am I gonna let these coaches know that I want to be on the field, and that's putting my head into one of those defenders, not showing any fear, going full speed all times. When it's a pass play, run to the line. When it's a run play, run to the line. And even when it's a run, if I'm blocking or whatnot, if I'm running off the DB just to get him out the way, I'm gonna make it look like I'm running a vertical route. You know, I'm gonna make everything look the same. So when I do have a route, they're gonna, I don't know what he's doing. So, you know, basically just taking pride in blocking. You know, we have some great backs, and they've led us to a lot of winning games. So we need those guys, and along with us, they need us too. So no sense.